biggest takeaway from the budget?
I thought that the budget was quite prudent, and it really projects and focuses on the macroeconomic stability of India. It really, the highlight has been the fiscal prudence and the way we have stuck onto our glide path. The second feature that I see is a big focus on manufacturing, the small companies. So the boost to manufacturing, the boost to the small and the mid-sized companies stands out very strongly, which will help much more of investments being increased by the private sector. And to aid the increase in manufacturing and the small and mid-sized companies, I think this huge focus that has been given by this high-level committee on banking is something that stands out. Third, of course, one sees the increase or the continuance of the focus of the public sector, public capex, so to say. The public capex itself will be a big feature which will crowd in investments into India. The fourth part, which is again very good, is the focus on jobs and focus on skilling. Now, it's only not just jobs and skilling, but one looks at the future of jobs very well when it talks about the different types of skilling centers. So I'm talking really when the finance minister announced in the budget the different types of skill centers that it is going to look at. The last I would think is, which is very clear in the budget, that the budget is for all, for every sections of the society, which turned out to be very strong.
So do you think the budget has enough for the private sector to now, step in and start?
I think there's enough for the private sector to come in and grow. There is, as I mentioned, there is a focus on infrastructure, which is very strong, which itself shows a lot in terms of ease of doing ease of the cost of doing business, so to say, the ease of transportation, the ease of logistics, all of that improves. And the other important feature is basically, if you really look at the focus on ease of doing business and cost of doing business in the budget to be very strong, and the opportunities which will be thrown in because of the public capex, which is going to be, which will itself throw up many projects for the private sector to invest in.
So it's a good budget?
I would think that it is a good budget, a prudent budget, a forward-looking budget for India, because it takes into account areas like, future of technology, the focus on healthcare. So it is a budget which really is a path towards the Viksit Bharat.
Talking about the future of technology, do you think it has enough for AI?
There is a lot, not only on AI, but generally on the future of the future technologies which today come up as we move along. So I think it's a very prudent one, as I mentioned, because it talks about high tech. It talks also about the people. So it's a budget for all. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.